What is a housing recession? I think if you asked most people, they would have no idea.
Well, okay, so let's go back just a little bit context-wise, right? So this year is the first year we're seeing housing recession in the headlines. And
it's a new buzzword.
It's a buzzword, yeah. So that's where people are coming up with this, because literally, I mean, you watch CNBC every day and it comes up every day.
But once again, if you ask those reporters that are talking about the housing recession, what actually constitutes a housing recession, I'd be willing to put a large wager on the fact that half of them don't even know the characteristics that are. Now, Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist for NAR, National Association of Realtors, he finally came on record because I think he saw a little bit of a mockery being made about this buzzword, and said, okay, I'm going to put a definition to it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure I don't muck this one up. I'm not going to butcher it. He basically said, to be in a housing recession, we have to have fewer home sales, okay? Lower housing starts, new construction starts, a decline in mortgage lending, and this was a very strong word choice, a collapse in mortgage refinance. Okay, now let's talk about that. First of all, a collapse in mortgage refinance. Absolutely. Anybody that was going to refi did so when the interest rates were between 3 and 4%. So that whole market went away because a lot of people refied already. So we expect that very strongly word choice collapse. Okay, decline in mortgage lending. Yes, we're selling less homes. We're selling less homes because we were selling a lot of homes over the last few years.
Yeah.
So that is not scary. It's not anything we didn't predict. It's not anything that we didn't say was going to happen. So to me, I see that.
Just fewer people are moving.
Lower housing starts, right?
Yeah.
We have a war going on overseas. We have labor shortages. We have supply chain issues. Of course there's lower housing starts. We've got lower housing starts. We've got lower inventory. We've got fewer home sales. And we've got a decline in people getting mortgages. None of that is unexpected. None of that is scary. That's what we expect to happen in our market when you go from a very hot market to the market balancing.
But I mean, if you talk about housing starts, we haven't really had a ton of new construction anyway in the last couple of years. I mean,
new construction was down huge in 2021.
Yeah.
And even more so now.
And I mean, even downtown, we're not seeing a bunch of luxury condo buildings that they were building back in the 2010s. We're seeing that
they're building a lot of rental buildings, right?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of rentals. So if you look at that, it's obviously impacting our inventory as well.
It's one of those things that, per that definition, are we in a housing recession? I would say absolutely. But I also don't think it necessarily has the negative connotation that people associate with it.
Totally.
It's that it's a little bit of a normalizing, and you could say that about any of the markets, right? People tend to see it negatively because it's not as profitable to somebody and it's not as positive for somebody's specific instance.
Yeah.
But we saw this, right? Back in the housing crisis, we didn't have a market correction before 2008. Right?
No, we did not.
We didn't have a market correction between September 11th and then we had a crash. So these are the things that normalize our market, that keep our people in healthy situations.
Yeah.
It's
literally what we've been asking for the last 2 years, is literally for a somewhat of a slowdown, a normalization. I mean, even talking
the market to breathe differently.
Just in general, most people have been asking for this to be a little bit slower, to be a little bit more
normalized.
Change it up. So then this is what's happening, and that's what's coming up with interest rates. That's why all these things are coming into place. And yes, I mean, it's gonna feel a little slower, which is what a recession is.